This is Civil 3D lesson number 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine the volume of cut and fill in cubic yards that would be required to do this project. So a lot of times on projects we'll try to balance out the cut and the fill and make them equal so that you don't have to bring dirt from another project, so that this volume shown by red at cut would be equal to this volume shown by green and fill. Since now we have this big wide new surface by projecting the corridor through here, we have to account for that. It's not as simple as just looking at this 2D view. We have to do it in a three-dimensional view. So the first step to do that is we're going to make a new surface. We had our existing surface and we cut it and we have this projection, but it's not really a surface yet. So we're going to do that. We're going to make a surface out of this proposed assembly here. So we're going to click on this. We're going to click on corridor surface. We're going to click on this button here. Change this to daylight and hit plus. Then we're going to change this to daylight cut and hit plus. We're going to change this to daylight fill and we're going to hit plus. So we could talk more about this in class, what this means, but basically it means that we're going to slope up on those outer ditch slopes until it hits daylight. So if it's in a cut section, it's sloping up until it hits daylight. So we're also going to put in okay, so that's all we're going to do there. So from there we're going to hit apply, rebuild the corridor. It's going to give us some errors. So basically what it's saying is down here in these low stations, apply and okay. What the error is saying is down here in these low stations, 0 to 1, out here on this out to the left, it's not catching anything. So basically it's saying there's an error right here because you can't compare this surface. It won't daylight because there's no surface to hit. So it's giving you an error right here and right here and here and here. We're not worried about that. So now that we have that surface made, we can compare those two surfaces by going to Analyze, Volume. From here we're going to create a new analysis. Our base surface is going to be the contours, the original surface we created way back, and our comparison surface is going to be the proposed corridor surface right here. So we click OK and OK, and it runs some calculations, and those calculations will be shown up here. So what it's saying is that we have a lot more, this is our net graph, and it's saying we have a lot more cut than we do fill, which is correct to the extent of we're cutting here, but you also have to remember that we're cutting all of these ditches and things like that. So there's only a short section right here where we're filling a ditch. This is probably not cutting the ditch, it's kind of existing, but it's a really sort of hard to explain why there's so much cut, but there is. So what we would do is we could go in and adjust this, and that's why I was explaining we shouldn't look at just these areas here. We have to look at it from a three-dimensional standpoint. So as long as you can get your cut and fill to work, it doesn't really matter so much what these numbers are. But in this case, what you need to do is you need to use the snipping tool to snip this window right here, and that's what you'll be turning in. Don't get hung up on it being a specifically correct answer. Just go through the process. As long as you have some cut and some fill, go through the process and then snip this part here and turn it in.